Hey YouTube, Lawler here as always, bringing you guys some drama that's been going down this week. For those that are unfamiliar with the news, unfortunately the team in tech at the current moment will not be signed up and competing in Open 2 for the NA Regional. If you guys aren't familiar with what the situation is, we're going to take a step back, kind of talk about how things came to be, and then provide details from both sides, both the admin team and like Epic Games, as well as the player's perspective, what's going down with that. I can tell you right now, just as a blanket statement, things are not completely finalized. We do not have all the details. We do not have all the information. There's a lot of things still happening behind the scenes, but I can tell you based upon the contacts and the sources I've been talking with, the case is not yet closed. This is still an up in the air thing. We will not find out until they either make a public statement or things progress forward. But as of right now, we're still in a standstill. With that said, let's take a step back and talk about how this came to be. If you guys are unfamiliar, in Open 1, we saw Com and the guys on tech. If you guys aren't familiar with tech, it is Com, Talk, and Evo with JC as coach. Had an issue with signups where, according to Com, one of their players never received a prompt to check in on StartGG. If you guys don't know what StartGG is, it's the official signups website for the RLCS. There's a bunch of them out there, but StartGG is kind of the tried and true. The general premise is that when you are playing in a tournament, you have a dashboard on this website that says, hey, in the bracket, your next match is ready. You have to hit accept to check in on time. And if you don't check in on time, it shows that you're AFK and you get disqualified. Because the full team didn't check in, they got DQ'd and they lost their initial match and then dropped to the lower bracket. And because they lost and they went to the lower bracket, they then had to continue to compete and do their thing without an extra life that they were technically awarded. And as a team that was assumed to be top 16, going through the lower brackets pretty tough. Luckily, they did end up doing so. They made top 32 into the 16-team Swiss, and they did just fine. So they were able to go and compete. They made top 16. All is fine. It's all okay. So the issue is they're saying, hey, there's something going on with the StartGG website. And this is, again, 20 days ago that this is happening. This is from Open 1, okay, weeks ago. We then jump to Open 2 signups, NA Open 2, which is happening this week for North America. And the first message that comes out is from AlphaKep, and he says, hey, RLCS needs to figure out their website. It's not their website. StartGG is just the website that they use to host their tournament system. I do agree that it is their partner that they have for things, and that they need to make sure that if there's issues actively happening with the website, they need to find an alternative, whether it be Challenge, Battlefy, whatever it is, okay? With that in mind, there was also an extension given for people signing up in Open 1. That is important. We'll talk about that later. Everybody in Open 1 in every single region got a extension for 24 hours to sign up because of issues with the website. That is what they have stated. Okay, we'll get to that. Now, AlphaKep starts talking about how, hey, I didn't get to sign up. I didn't get to register, so on and so forth. The admin said, hey, you joined a global invite, but you didn't accept the invite to competing, which it literally states here. So he's thrown a hissy fit for something that is actually a user error. What he ended up doing is on the StartGG page, he received an invite to join the team. The team is called Little Step Bros. It's with Gut and Rapid. He accepted to be a part of that team. What he did not accept is the invite to play in the tournament, because when you sign up for a tournament, the people on said team need to go, yep, I agree to play in this tournament. We're good. We're signed up. We're registered. He never did that, and that is literally what this message is saying. Visit the team management page to accept this invite. So he needs to click on team management, he needs to hit accept, and then he is registered for the event. He never did that, therefore he never signed up for the tournament. So this is not a website issue with StartGG for AlphaKep. This is an AlphaKep sign-up issue. He did something incorrectly, okay? The difference, though, is what is happening with Team Tech and what sounds like multiple other teams based upon the amount of tickets that have been opened for the support page on the RLCS Discord. What is happening, to my knowledge, is when teams are signing up, it is not fully registering the sign up. While it says you have registered, it is not taking that information and associating it to the sign up page, nor are they receiving a confirmation email saying that, hey, you are signed up, you are good to go. It is a bug, a glitch, an error, whatever you want to call it with the website, and that is the current problem. Now, the issue is there's no real way to prove this. So if you're a admin for the RLCS on StartGG, you're going through the sign-up logs and going, okay, there's no history in the log saying that this player signed up. They just didn't sign up. What do you want me to do? Okay? Calm says, I am begging you to let us register for this event. Please, what do we have to do? And you did see a lot of community outcry, everybody trying to help sign up. You had admins, you had owners, you had people from different teams do what they could to reach out to contacts to see what could be done to remedy the situation, which is how this has all come to be. Okay. The big conversation, though, is this morning on the 30th. It's the 30th today. My God, January went quick. AlphaKep did say, hey, we got updated by people internally that we are not able to play in its final. It's beyond frustrating when you sign up. It shows all of you on the site that it doesn't put you in. The issue is this never applied to AlphaKep because he literally has in this post here that he was signed up. He did get a notification. He just failed to do what he needed to do. But for Tech, Com, Talk, and Evo, that is the case. They were provided information of saying you have signed up, you have gotten a registration email, but then they were still not allocated in the tournament. And I can agree with them wholeheartedly. If I got that information, it said you're registered, you're getting a confirmation email, out of sight, out of mind, we're good, we're ready to compete. What they didn't do is double check if they got that email. They didn't check to see if they were actually registered on the website, because why would you? You got a confirmation window saying you did. He says, I'm curious to see if this was a big org, because unfortunately Tech is unsigned right now. You know, would we be able to double check with admins? Would I still be able to do this and that? The reality is for AlphaKep, this is a user error. They're not going to help you. They already tried to point that out. This is on you. When I mentioned that they made an extension last time, he is also screenshotting that as proof, saying, you extended it a day last time. Why can't you extend it a day this time and make an exception? And it's because they made a new rule or a new update saying that, hey, once things close, they close. And they didn't make that public. And that is nothing new. In most circumstances, when you do behind the scenes type stuff, they do not make it public in those regards. The only time they would make it public is if they're like, registration day is different, registration time is different, then they'll make a public post. But a behind the scenes thing of like, hey, rules are set in place, that is what it is. Those are realities they don't really tell people publicly about. So for him to reference this and say, hey, you guys already made an exception, why can't you do it this time? While I do agree, they're definitely not going to make an exception for a user error. They will make an exception for an error that was done by a website, a glitch, a complication. And the issue is proving that is very difficult. Now, because JC is trying to act as professional as possible, and credit to him in handling this appropriately, he did put out a video about signups, and it does show us something pretty interesting, which is the error actually happening. This is a video, and again, I will link this full video to JC in the comments down below if you guys want to check it out. But he talks about this. I will say this is pretty damning evidence. This is them trying to sign up for Regional 3 because their chances for Regional 2 are done. Can't do anything about Regional 2. It's over. When he goes to sign up for Regional 2, and bear in mind, this is the second time he is trying to sign up. The first time aired out. This is the second time he's trying to sign up for Regional 3 and talking with the admins while doing so to make sure he's like, hey, I want to make sure I do it right. I want to make sure I did this correctly. I want to make sure that I have this the way that I need to. Look what happens.
Here, you can see we back this up to where...
So this is the sign up page. Obviously, there's no like fees to sign up, but you just still have to put those in. It's confirmed. You've got your Epic's game account. You've got your registration for the dates, the tournament, the format, everything. Everything's good. You're all signed up. You've acknowledged all the rules. You're in acceptance with all the things of you have to be at least this rank. You need to do these things. You have acknowledged that you need to do what you do. Also, you're not a robot. Submit your registration.
We click submitting and we hit play. I'm only showing the end.
So he submits registration and gets this pop-up. You have completed registration. You have a confirmation email to reference, and you have a confirmation number. But when he goes to his tournament dashboard,
information, a window pops up and then
it says he's not registered. He still needs to join. He still needs to sign up. So despite doing everything correctly, despite getting a proper notification saying you've done this, there is something clearly wrong with the website. And that's where I say we need to take a step back. If this is something that is currently happening with a future regional, there is clearly something currently happening with the website, which is why you need to make an exception to what is going on now. In my opinion, I agree to an extent with the admins. You need to put your foot down. You need to be firm. It doesn't matter if you are K Corp or if you're lowly old me. Like, it does not matter who it is. If you have a rule set in place, you need to follow those restrictions and those rules. That is something that you must do. Because if you start being lenient on those rules, then the rules don't mean anything. If you're doing favoritism, it ruins competitive integrity, all of that kind of stuff. But that is concrete. That is evidence that shows there is an issue with the website. And because of that, you need to remedy that situation. That is my opinion on it. And I can understand if I'm an admin and I go, hey man, I looked at the logs that we have on our admin dashboard that says you never even tried to sign up. But then JC goes, well, look at this. This is me proving to you that I've signed up and I've done what I can. And it's still not showing in your logs. Clearly, there's an issue with the website. There's a bug. There's a glitch. There's an error. You need to extend registration. That is kind of the circumstance. That is the problem. That is where we are at. Now, if we take a step back, no witch hunts. We don't need to go after Blast. We don't need to go after Epic. We don't need to go Psionics. It's being looked at. I am talking and texting the director of esports over there. It is being looked into. Okay. Obviously, the other side of it, and I feel bad for him, is Mateo. Mateo is the community manager for North America. He is just a mouthpiece. He is getting information from his superiors that are pushing down and saying, this is what you have to say. This is the message you have to export. This is what you need to be assertive on, because their process is, hey man, there's nothing in the logs. You never signed up. We can't make an exception for you guys. Sorry, you didn't sign up. That all changes now based upon this video with JC. What is going to happen moving forward? What is going to happen? Because again, based upon the time of this video, and when you guys see this, it's going to be probably after the weekend. We're going to have a solution for you guys. When you guys see this video, you're going to know if they retroactively went back and allowed signups or not, because I'm probably going to post this video either Friday morning or Monday morning. I don't know yet. But they do have the ability to say, hey, we have from this point, upon me reading this and looking at my clock, they have 28 hours, just shy of 28 hours, 27 hours and 45 minutes until matches start to figure this out. So they could say you have 12 more hours to figure things out. That gives us time to seed. That gives us time to make sure that matches are fair, all that kind of stuff. But literal last second chance. And even if you are performing a user error like AlphaKep did, you know what? You just get the benefit of the doubt. It is what it is. And that's the way they need to approach it. They need to say, we've extended signups for 12 hours. You have the ability to go and sign up. Make sure you do it now. No exceptions. Make sure you double, triple, quadruple check. We've got all of our admins on staff sitting at the ready to make sure we can work through these issues if they do happen. And yeah, it's going to be a sleepless night. Yeah, it's going to suck, but at least it keeps intact competitive integrity and it makes you look good in the public light. Whether this changes, whether this gets better, we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm on the sideline with all of you guys, but if you're an admin, it is not a fun situation to be. The witch hunts, all this and that, when you're just trying to do your job appropriately. I am here just to tell you and provide insight into what is going on. And hopefully we do get the appropriate answer, which in my personal opinion is they extend the sign up page due to an issue with the website. And we go from there. Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Links, like I said, to the original video from JC is down there as well that we pulled a lot of that information from. But yeah, that's where we're at. We've got to wait and see. If you guys enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, notifications. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.